Hey guys, this is Celeste at Griswold Knits, and today I'm going to be showing you all about the purl stitch. So to get started, I'm just going to go over some of the basics. This is our tail, and this is our working yarn. That is the yarn that is attached to your ball or skein. And here on my needle, I've already got my stitches cast on. This is the front of our stitch. And over here, this is the back of our stitch. So the front and the back. So when purling, we are always going to be working through the front of our stitch. If we were to knit, we would be inserting our right hand needle through the front of the stitch out through the back, and then you would be working through the back of the stitch. That's for knitting. But today we are going to be focused solely on purling. So again, when you purl, you are working through the front loop and you're inserting your needle from the right hand side to the left hand side, from right to left through the front of the loop. So it's also important to remember your working yarn should always be towards the front of your work when purling. Not towards the back, but towards the front when you're working a purl stitch. So let's get started. We're going to take our right hand needle, make sure our working yarn is being held towards the front of our work. We are going to insert the tip of our right hand needle from right to left through that front loop, through the front of our stitch. Now this is also important. We want to wrap our working yarn counterclockwise. So counterclockwise up, over and around. Oops. There we go, around our right hand needle. And then we are going to pull it through and slide that stitch off. And you can see we've just created our first little purl stitch. It's got this little bump or ridge on the outside right there. That's our purl stitch, and that's how you know that you've created a purl. It should have that little bump. So again, our working yarn is towards the front of our work. We're going to insert our needle from right to left through the front loop. Wrap our yarn counterclockwise up, over, and around our right hand needle. Pull through and slide that stitch off. There you go. Now we have two little purl bumps on our right hand needle. Again, working yarns towards the front. We're going to insert our right hand needle from right to left through the front stitch. Wrap our yarn counterclockwise around our right hand needle. Pull through, slide off. Again, working yarn is towards the front of our work. Insert our right hand needle from right to left through that front loop. Wrap our yarn counterclockwise around our right hand needle. Pull through and slide off. And look at those cute little purl bumps we have there. So we'll keep going. Insert through the front loop from right to left. Wrap our yarn counterclockwise. Pull through and slide off. Insert our needle from right to left through the front stitch. Wrap our yarn counterclockwise, pull through, slide off. So if we were knitting, we would bring our working yarn towards the back of our work. We would insert our needle from left to right through the front loop, and then we would be working our knit stitch through the back loop. I'm just showing you this to help you understand the differences in these techniques. But we are not knitting, we are purling. So we need to make sure that our working yarn is again always towards the front of our work. We will be inserting our needle from right to left through the front loop and working our purl stitch through the front loop by wrapping our yarn counterclockwise, pulling through, and slipping off. So we've got 3 stitches left. Again, insert from right to left through the front loop, wrap our yarn counterclockwise, pull through and slide off. A couple more times. So the knit stitch and the purl stitch are really the 2 most important stitches when it comes to knitting. They are the foundation for most projects and serve as the building blocks for more complex stitches and projects. So just by changing the way that you combine knit and purl stitches together, you can create a number of different and interesting stitches. For example, one of my favorite stitches is the moss stitch, which is actually just knits and purls combined in a specific way to create a whole new stitch. So be on the lookout for my next beginner knit along, and I will show you how to make a beautifully textured scarf using the moss stitch. So here's our finished purl row, and what you want to remember is that knits and purls are 2 sides of the same coin. So they're basically the inverse of one another. So the back side of a purl stitch is actually a knit stitch. Who would have thought? And the back side of a knit stitch is actually a purl stitch. So we usually in knitting talk about a front facing side and a back facing side, or a right side of our work and a wrong side of our work. So just to give you another visual, here's the finished swatch that I just did. This is the purl side, and then the opposite side we have our knit stitches. So I hope that you like this video. I hope that these beginner tutorials are helping you. I hope that once you get these basics down, you can go on your knitting journey and go out there and knit some really cool and interesting things. So until next time, be well, keep it cozy, and I will see you in the next video.